Hi, welcome to learnhowtogarden.com, and in today's episode of the 10-Minute Gardener we're doing an update in the flower garden, the cutting garden that's been created here by Ben Ranyards from Higgledy Garden. If you're not already subscribed to us at Learn How to Garden, there's a link just above this film. Click on that, it'll take you to the website, input your email address, and it means that every time we put up a new film we can let you know, and you also get access to our free monthly newsletter. For those of you who didn't see the first film, Ben here is a flower grower, and it was about 2 months ago, it was the 30th of April, that we did our first film from this flower garden. In fact, about 4 months ago, this was a horse paddock, there was nothing here whatsoever. And what fascinates me as a vegetable grower is that I tend to gauge everything by, radish. Radish are the fastest thing I can get to grow. And they just look like real sort of, tortoises compared to this. I mean, this is just 8 weeks, Ben, and this syringe is flowering amazingly.
That has done really well. Actually, this was sown a little bit before that, just about a week or 10 days before that. But everything else, yeah, it's about that. It's just over 2 months.
So in 2 months, we've got real colour, and we're going to sort of have a walk around and see some of the colour we're getting. And this is in a really bad spring. This has been a cold, wet, not good spring.
It has. It's been very slow. We've had very cold soils, and then we've just had miserable, cold, damp weather. Hasn't been ideal.
And it's fascinated me to watch this develop in that. From my perspective as a veg grower, you appear to just do two things. One is you're quite obsessive about hoeing weeds.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Weeds are the enemy. So keep those down because they'll take light, they'll take water, they'll take nutrients. So get them out of the way. But then I am a fan of poshing around with a hoe. So
and I like this hoe. I've watched with this hoe. This is quite an interesting hoe. It's very long. It's quite small. It's quite thin, and it's made by Sneeboer in Holland. I know that, and it just sort of seems effortless when you do it.
It's great, this one, because it's more if you're getting right in between the plants. This is great. I mean, the hoe I use earlier on in the season when nothing's growing is much bigger. I leave generally about a foot between the rows, so you've got enough space to get a hoe through.
And the other thing I've noticed, these have had a feed, and that was a sort of seaweed, liquid seaweed.
Yep.
And that's for the roots, I take it.
Yep.
So the bigger we can get those roots, the more flowers we'll get down the line.
Absolutely. Just helping them along a little bit. I mean, generally I don't feed my annuals any more than that really. I try and keep the soil fairly weak. But this year, they've just needed that little bit of extra. So the seaweed's done the trick, I think.
So we're going to move along this bed now and just show you some of the other colour we've got. And what are these now, Ben? They're wonderfully soft and fluffy. These are great.
These are Cosmos. These are actually a great seller when I start to move into the selling season. These do really well, but they're very, very, very easy to get started and to grow yourself.
And they've got wonderfully long stems. So if you want to pick your own for flowers in the house, these would be
These are perfect, and they're also what we call cut and come again annuals. So if you cut them above a leaf node, then you'll get 2 more flowers for every one flower you cut. I mean, eventually they'll become exhausted, but generally this patch here will provide buckets of flowers all summer long.
So once you've got these in, it is the sort of thing that you can just keep yourself in, cut flowers for the summer.
Absolutely.
And these are part of your collection, aren't they? That this is what we're growing, is your actual annuals collection.
I haven't got these particular ones in the collection, but I do have Cosmos in. In fact, next year I'll be putting this Cosmos, which is candy stripe. That'll definitely be one that's in there.
Has a real candy stripe. I don't know whether we can get close in on this one. It's got a real pretty sort of striped edge to it. And next to me, I recognise this. This is a phlox.
That's right. Well done. Top marks. Yeah.
So that's a phlox.
Yeah. These are just coming into flower. I mean, we'll have a lot more from those over the next few weeks. So they're not a particularly good example.
So although it's been 2 months, I think if we do an update in a couple of weeks, this is going to look totally different. It's just looking around with the naked eye. There's a lot of colour.
Yeah, you can tell now. It's just at that tipping point when everything's going to happen. This lot, I mean, they'll grow much bigger. There'll be swathes of flowers in 2 weeks.
And the other thing is just behind the camera, so we'll just walk over there. And this lime green, what's this?
That's Nicotiana.
I quite like that. That's unusual.
Nicotiana lime green.
Aha. Right, we'll look at this. So these are Nicotiana? Is that
Nicotiana lime green, these ones. Often you get them in bright colours, but these ones are...
I've seen, I think, Sylvestris, the big white one before.
That's right.
Right? Yeah. And when I walk around here sometimes in the evening, is that when I'll get the scent from them?
Absolutely, yeah. They're night scented. They produce their scent at night to attract pollinators. They get pollinated by moths.
Moths pollinate these. And I think for all of us, it's great to have things that are scented in the evening, because for most of us, that's when we get to enjoy our garden, when we've finished work.
Absolutely, and you can grow these in pots as well, so you can keep them outside the kitchen door or on the patio wherever you hang out
Fantastic.
at night.
That's brilliant. As well as all this flower coming, is there anything we can start to sow now to keep the continuation going, or not? Is it
You can sow biennials. If you were sowing biennials in July, you can sow them in June and July, and they will be flowering for you from March.
Right, and a biennial means you sow in 1 year and flowers the next.
Absolutely.
2 years.
Yeah.
So biennials, if you're interested in biennials, what would most of us know as a biennial? What would a classic?
Foxglove.
Oh right, foxglove.
Sweet William.
Right, so some of the really well-known flowers are biennials.
Yeah.
And do you have a collection of those as well? I mean, what I loved
I
about
do.
this is a collection, isn't it? What we've got is your collection.
Generally, I do sell things in collections, which gives me the opportunity to offer people half the amount of seeds. So instead of having 10,000 seeds of foxgloves or something, which is just far too many, you get half as many, but you get a breadth of variety.
Right. So if I was to get your biennial collection now, I can start those off, and next year I'll be getting some colour even earlier than this.
Absolutely. I mean, they're essential for the cut flower patch, because there's this gap when generally you haven't got anything else. Your annuals, your perennials, nothing will be flowering then. So your biennials will start off the season.
It's in vegetable ground, we have this thing called a June gap, when
Yeah.
all the stuff for the summer hasn't come in and everything's finished from last year.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. Well, that's just a really quick update on how fast you can get colour and scent into your garden by using these hardy annuals. Like I say, I think the next update we'll probably do in 2 or 3 weeks, because I
Great.
know around the fruit we've got 2 or 3 different things growing around the fruit, haven't we? Different sort of beds that you planted very individually. So I know there's some colour coming there.
They should be ready in 2 weeks, yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you
wood.
very much, Ben, for your time and
pleasure.
all your
Thank you.
effort. And until next time, thanks for watching.